So, good morning on not any day anymore. Completed. 14 was yesterday, all done. I am delighted uh, for many reasons. Delighted it's done, delighted it's finished. Um, Delighted that I raised over my target. I raised £1,079.62. Yay! Plus, there's lots of gift aid involved in that, isn't there? But they don't add that to the total. I don't really know how gift aid works, to be honest, but there seems to always be extra money that the charity get because the government give them it. So, it must be a percentage of some kind. Anyway, so all is good in the world. And now I'm back to eating what I like. Yay! Can't wait. Oh, sorry, not very good blogging going on here. I'm banished into the hall today. Look, coffee. So, yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone. I think I got 52 donations, so that's an amazing amount of money to have raised at 52 people. So I'm incredibly grateful. I seem to be sitting on a throne. It's a long story. It's a long story, and it's certainly not as ostentatious as it looks. Yeah, that's all I have to say. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I certainly haven't lost any weight. I feel grim, so now I'm going on another diet in order to recuperate. I seem to have yet another cold, yet another cleansing, we'll call it. So I feel pretty rubbish. But all in all, I think it was a worthy thing to do, and I learned quite a lot about myself. I learned quite a lot about budgeting and food waste and things that I don't really take for granted. I don't know whether it's going to change anything that I do. Maybe it'll make me more conscious. I went shopping yesterday for the week, and I did the usual of buying extra things for the food bank. Things that they actually need. You know, if people out there who watch this buy things for the food bank buckets that they have at the supermarket and stuff, have a look and see what they actually require. Because quite often they have a surplus of certain things, like canned things. I mean, that's basically everything you can buy. There's no fresh produce involved because you can't leave it lying in a food bank, you know, tomatoes or something. But I think certain things that people forget to buy, not forget, but overlook, or maybe like treats, maybe things like that. I think I read on one of the food bank things that that's what they were actually looking for, that sort of thing, because they had lots of pastas and things. And that's what people always tend to buy at meals, but they tend to forget that actually there is a real drudgery involved in this, so nice things would be... I'd rather give one nice thing than 2 packets of crappy pasta every time. Anyway, I'm not rubbishing it. I mean, all donations are great, but they do have certain things that they require more of. Your local food bank. Yeah, and I think that is all you need to hear from me. Really, I'm just a heartfelt thanks for all the support, all the nice words that people have said. And rolled on the cake after I finish my work for today, because I have to work. I've got a cold. After I finish my work for today, I am going to get on the cake, I think. Yeah. Next diet is a primal living diet, primal blueprint. I'm all about paleo living. Oh, paleo living. Yeah, living like a caveman. Lots of proteins, lots of things that you would forage. No grains, no processed food. I mean, the main thing it's taught me here is there was so much processed food. I mean, everything I consumed apart from spring onions and a butternut squash at one point was processed in some way. It was either frozen or in a can. It's not great. Really, I mean, I'm the living embodiment of how it's not great. I feel grim. I feel like I've been on some sort of 2-week binge. You know, I've been drinking like 25 bottles of wine a day and eating pizzas, even though I haven't. But I feel gross. And that was me trying to do it healthily. I mean, I really wasn't going out and buying pizzas and things. I was trying to be as healthy as I can. But it's just the quality isn't there, really, is it? You know, the nutrients probably aren't there. Multivitamins and stuff. Gosh, I mean, what's the answer to this whole problem? I certainly don't have the... I mean, I think the answer is staring us all in the face, that people need to have adequate amount of money. So people need to be paid more for their jobs, because there's a great many people who work who rely on food banks, and people who are on benefits need to get more money, you know. But I think mostly the incentive has to be that when you get yourself out of the benefit system into a job, that job actually pays enough money. There has to be an incentive. If you end up living exactly the same way, I mean, I'm not saying no one's intrinsically lazy, but I think we all are. I put myself in that position. If I were unfortunate enough to end up on Job Seekers. And the choice was to be on Job Seekers and living a really frugal life, or to be working every day and still leading the same frugal life, because it just is not enough money to cover all the expenses. We've spoken about this before. You know, your rent, everything like that, it suddenly is upon you. Gosh, what would I rather do? I mean, for my own sense of self-worth, yeah, I'd rather have a job, but there is a part of me that thinks I might as well just sit around the house. You know, really, there's not any real incentive. So I think the main thing that needs addressed is people need to be paid well for what they do. You know, a fair wage. We're not talking about ostentatious amounts of money. We're talking about a fair amount of money that makes you want to go to work because you know that actually it's worth it. It's worth something. You're not just slaving away, because literally it's like slavery, slaving away for nothing. You know, yeah. I think it's going to be quite a while before I do anything like this again, because it was harder than I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought, yeah, it'd be easy, because I've done lots of diets in my time, lots of detoxes and stuff, but this wasn't the same, really, because I wasn't doing it for my own health. I was doing it for another thing, and actually my health wasn't particularly great during it, so I felt, yeah, it just every day was a chore. Getting out of bed, I felt grim. However, I'll recuperate a few days and I'm sure I'll be fine. So, thank you very much for all the support, and over and out. Done. Bye.